Thank you very much. My name is Ray Price, and I'm president of Montezuma Land Development, the developers of Park Vista. First of all, how many people here, we sent out some invitations, are here neighbors of ours from Green Mountain area? Oh, good. We got a pretty good showing. That's great. Yeah, we just sent the invitations to the people on Mountain Pass directly abutting our property because I felt that they were of big concern because of the rains and what's going on here. I'd like to introduce the people who came here with me. If they'd stand up. Ed Selich, who's a partner of mine. Eric Seward, who is with Alan Seward Soils and Geology, which is a very important part of our project. My son Ty Price is a partner, and he's going to operate the projector for us. Basically, I want to thank also Alan and the Canyon Country Advisory Committee for allowing us to come here and make a presentation. We presented this project about, I don't know, 8 years ago maybe, when we were first starting the development. Since then, a lot of things have changed, and mostly for the good, I think. So I decided that we would invite people and make this presentation tonight to kind of show you where we are. From the standpoint of the city, we are going to have our one-stop meeting with the city in a couple weeks. And that meeting is where we meet with all of the department heads with the city, and they will have reviewed our submittal and develop not only questions but items that we will need to adhere to or whatever as we proceed forward. I'm not going to go through the back history of the land, but we have loaned the land in our family since 1965. I started the development process of this with the county in 1989, and of course that's when the election occurred to incorporate the city of Santa Clarita. So everything was put on hold, and everything was kind of on hold for some time. So it goes back a long time. If we can start the first slide, if you will. Our development is all about lifestyle. It's about families, empty nesters, the whole gamut of lifestyle, and we're proposing to provide housing types for all, so that and not in separate areas. We like an integrated community with all ages. I know I live in an area where we have lots of little kids, and my wife and I really enjoy it. Anyways, this slide represents the fact that it's families, it's young people, it's older people. We have the little girl flying a kite because part of our project we have what we call Kite Hill. And Kite Hill is the top saddle of the project by the water tanks, where we think it's a great place to fly a kite. And kids in the neighborhood and in the surrounding neighborhood hopefully we'll make use of that kite park. Okay. Land use and the track map. This is where we all start. Land use starts with the city of Santa Clarita, its land use plan. This represents the land use plan of the city. Our project is right here. This is the 14 freeway. This is Golden Valley Road. This is Sierra Highway. So our project is there, designated already as residential, future residential, so we're conforming to the land use. The zoning map, as you know, we went through the One Valley, One Plan, and adjustments were made in the various zoning uses. Again, we're at the same location, the 14 freeway, Sierra Highway, Golden Valley Road, and we're designated residential, UR2, which is urban residential 2. That allows about 5 units per acre. We don't come close to 5 units per acre. We're much, much less. In fact, we're less than 2 units per acre. So we conform. One of the reasons for these two slides is we conform to the existing land use, existing zoning. I'm sorry this doesn't read very well, but this is the current tentative map that's being submitted to the city, which shows all the lots and so forth, roadways, the park, and all of that. Let's go to the other plan that shows it a little bit better. In color, you can see it better. Here's Golden Valley Road, here's Sierra Highway, here's the 14 freeway, and this is Green Mountain and Mountain Pass and the existing residences that abut us. What's important about the plan is that it represents what we call 3 neighborhoods. Each neighborhood has a slightly different product or type of house, but basically they're all single-family detached, so they're all in the same vernacular, if you will. We have this area, which we call the cottages. And the cottages are basically patio homes, single-family detached patio homes that are on still 5,000 square foot lots or larger, but they're narrower lots, and the idea is that young families coming up, this is be the more affordable area of the development. Our major entrance is coming off of, I'm sorry, let me go the others. This is what we call the villas, which are the standard single family, very similar to what's existing in size and lots and so forth that's existing currently in Princess Park. We have the estates, which are down here, which we're proposing to be gated in this area in a private, has larger lots and larger houses proposed in this area. So those are the 3 neighborhoods. They all are around a major park and a recreation facility. The park will be a public park. As you can see, it contains at least 2 soccer fields or 2 baseball fields, whichever the city wants to do. It has 2 tennis courts. It has an adolescent and a tot lot area, a basketball court, and that all surrounds a private recreation facility for the homeowners that would be fenced off for itself for privacy, but that contains an junior Olympic swimming pool, wading pool, a meeting room, and sun decks and shade structures. That occurs, and I'll show you that in a minute. The 2 points of access is our major entrance off of Sierra Highway comes up the road into the center of the area. This is what we call the Commons, okay, which is the park, the rec center, and really the heart of the community. So this road has no houses on it, comes off of Sierra Highway up to the cul-de-sac, and at the cul-de-sac we're proposing to put a clock tower that is the focal icon of this community, that anywhere in the community you can see the clock tower, and it gives a sense of identity to the community and the 3 villages. We have a secondary road that goes out to Golden Valley Road, and the reason we go to Sierra High and Golden Valley Road is we were informed that we would have to have right turn in and right turn out only to Golden Valley Road, because the signal is located here and our entrance road is here. You might say, well, why didn't you locate the road where the existing intersection is and the existing signals? We would have liked to have done that. Originally we were doing that, but there's a major soil buttress that was built for the construction of Golden Valley Road, and you can't touch it. If we went through it, it would tend to cause more failures than already existed to existing homes. So we moved the road from here down to here, and because it's right in and right out only, we felt that was not a desirable situation for the homeowners. So we have acquired property over here to take the road to Sierra Highway, which would be a fully signalized intersection at Sierra Highway, okay? Also, the fact that we go here and here, we're not allowing any vehicular access onto Green Mountain. Nor are we, because we don't own this property, to the end of Mountain Pass. So basically, we have a kind of self-contained community. However, we believe, and through our trail system, let's go to the next slide. That's kind of the overview. The trail system in the park, as you can see here, there's an existing trail that's the Golden Valley Trail that ends right about here. And we're proposing connect it and coming up. How many of you that don't live there are familiar with this location and site? Anyway, basically, this is Green Mountain that goes over to a signal on Golden Valley Road. At the end of this are some very beautiful oak trees. I remember when they were burnt down, they weren't so beautiful, but now they are. And so we're proposing this to be a trailhead for this connection to the park, and then the trail come along to our public park, and then over to and up to, did I get this thing right? Maybe I'm burnt out. Anyways, to Kite Park. Kite Park is this park right up here. That's the top of the hill. That's the road that services the water tanks. It's a great location. It's a great location to go up, walk up there. We're going to provide benches and maybe even a little bit of a shade shelter where you can go up there and have a glass of wine, watch the sunset. It's absolutely beautiful, because you can see from there over to the Disney Ranch, all the way to where the 14 freeway comes up over the pass down to Newhall Road. So it's a great site, connected by public trail system for the public and the surrounding community. Oh, I got it, okay. So this is Kite Park. This is the trail connecting to it. We're hoping that a trail would eventually connect through the existing service road, which services the water tanks, which are here, and goes over to the end of Mountain Pass. We'd like that connection to happen. But we don't control that land, we don't own it, although we would like to. The trail then goes down the hill and comes to the first row of lots. And this is very unique, what we're trying to do here. Again, trying to integrate the community or the neighborhoods with the surrounding community. We're proposing to have a trail along the outside edge on the bluff line above the freeway that goes around the back of the lots. We have a Vista rest area here and one here. They're like mini parks where you could stop and enjoy the view. And the way we do this is that we're proposing to have a low retaining wall, that the lots are higher by 4 feet. We put a 2-foot height of the wall above the pad, gives you an overall 5-foot wall on the outside, but 2 foot from the inside. So people can walk back and forth, and the residents would never see them unless they were out in the far backyard. Allows pedestrians to walk all the way around our project and outside of our project, which we think I haven't seen that done. Where it's done a lot is down at the beach. You have houses like on Balboa Island, and where I'm from in that area, and you have houses, but you have a public walkway around the island where people can enjoy the beach and the water. Here, everybody can enjoy the view. We call this one Skyline Trail. On this one, we call it the Sunset Trail. Again, we have rest areas here, mini park here, and then continues on back to the park, where then there's a trail that goes down the slope and onto an access road that's at the bottom of the slope. I don't know what I'm doing here, but yeah. Anyways, it's on and off, but I don't know. Anyways, allows to circulate around the entire community with views out to the surrounding mountains and the valley. Let's go to the next slide. This is the proposed main entrance down on Sierra Highway, which we'll be using, again, drought-tolerant species of plants and so forth. You see all the succulents here and so forth. And this is the plan of the entrance, be a median divider, a signal here so you can go right or go left and coming in. And this is the road that then goes up the hill. Next slide. Okay. Oh, secondary entrance. They kind of look alike, don't they? Secondary, this is Golden Valley Road here, and this is the road that goes up to the park site. Yeah, there. You can see the slope on the left, which goes up to the big buttress that I was talking to you about, and the houses on the right. So it'll be a stone, natural, very natural kind of entranceway. Okay. Okay, this is the entrance into the Estateville area that I mentioned, the private community, which would have roundabout here. Here's the park, a gated area here. The gate's actually here, so you can turn around and go back out. And that's the entrance. This is the trail. This is a view of what you see when you drive up. And then when you get to the gates, this is what you see here. Okay. I mentioned the neighborhoods before. This is what we see the neighborhoods being. These are the cottages. The cottages here, cottage-style houses. They are single-family detached. They still have yards. They still have back patios. They still have, but most of them have courtyards. That's part of the lifestyle of a patio house. So you can see these courtyards off the entranceways. Okay. This is the villas, which is very similar you see around here. And these have standard yards where you can have swimming pools and front yards where they all have driveways that you can get off the street and get away from the sidewalk, so that there's plenty of room in all of these. Okay? These are the estates. You can see they're bigger lots, they're bigger houses, they're set back further, and variation. Okay? The Commons, this is what I talked about before. The Commons is the Central Park and Recreation Facility. Below up of it, you can see here's the recreation facility right here, but everything around it, the parking lot, everything around this is all public park. You can see this is the roundabout that has the clock tower in it. That's kind of the thing that brings everything together visually. We have in the park, we have tennis courts, 2 tennis courts, the 2 soccer fields or baseball. We have basketball up here, and then we have the tot lot and adolescent play area. Anyways, I think you can see them below the pool area, there and there. We also have a barbecue picnic area, and we have a public restroom, which is located right there for the park. Okay. This is a sketch we did to show how this whole park and the rec facility work. You can see the tower here, tennis courts here, basketball, and then our play areas here, our barbecue area here, and our restroom here. Next. This is a blow up of you can see the recreation area is very compact as far as the pool area and so forth, because most of the openness that we need is going to be in the park. So this is the main swimming pool. This is the building, the recreation building, and this is you can see the cul-de-sac in the center is the tower, and what the tower, we envision the tower to be. And this is a shot looking down on the pool area. You can see the tower, the rec building, the parking lot, the swimming pool, wading pool, and the sun deck area. We believe what we're trying to do is create a community where you live life to the fullest. And I think we brought the geotechnical because the geotechnical is really important. And we'll show you why in these slides. This is Mountain Pass Road, and this is the access road going to the water tank, and I like to say go to Kite Hill. You can see that there has been some major landslides that have occurred, and a couple of these houses I think are really impaired from the standpoint of the landslides. What's important here, though, is you can see this landslide here that affects like 3 of these houses. But if you look closely, all of the existing slope here, all the terrace drains are all broken apart moving because they're all under an ancient landslide. I bring this up because the only way to resolve all of these is our project, because we have to resolve it in order to build our houses in the area. And so our proposal is to fill in, this is where the park goes, and to fill in and to reconstruct all of the slope along Mountain Pass. Okay. There you can see it from the air. Landslide. Really getting close to these houses. You can see here the movement where all these terrace drains have all moved. So this whole area is all moving. We also have a what I call the berm. If I can get that out. Can you show it time? Right here. This is a berm. So all of the houses up above where the swimming pools are currently all look out to the view, okay? But when you get down to the last 6 houses going to Green Valley or Green Mountain, there's this berm. And our proposal is to take that berm down, which will expand the 6 houses here, their lots anywhere from 20 to 40 foot deep, further deep of lots, and that we would do the same condition of the low fence wrought iron to facilitate their views. So all those 6 houses that currently do not have views will all have views. And the development that we're doing adjacent to it, we are restricting the houses behind to 1-story houses right adjacent to these houses so that they have the views. But there's like an 8 to 10 foot elevation change behind these 6 lots that our proposed houses are down. Of course, we're down 30, 40, 50 foot to the houses from all these houses where the landslide is. They will stay with their views. Here again, you can see the landslide and the existing homes. Geotechnically, these are diagrams, and Eric Seward is here in case anyone has any questions geotechnically. He can maybe give you an idea about the seriousness and what situation exists there. So why don't we just go through these real quick, because these are all soils and geology sketches about the landslides. What you see is the landslides up above. Here you see where the park is, where we're going to fill and replace this big landslide that's here. And this, you can see where the landslide has come down into the bottom here. So these are sections. Those are the existing homes of how they're going to get built out, and we repair and fix and stabilize the ancient landslide. That's it. Life to its fullest. Okay, any questions?